Okay, guys, let's talk about the most traumatized kid in not fictional history, in animated history. And I know animation has been around since like 1904, but he is the most traumatized character in 100 and math years, okay? Because I'm not trying to do that math, but he's the most. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you why I say he's the most traumatized in all of animated fictional history. Well, we'll see. You'll see. Firstly, if you don't know who the traumatized kid in history I spoke about in the first part of the video is Butters. His name is Leopold Butters. What? Scotch. Well, Butters is his nickname. So his name is Leopold Starch. And when I say he's the most traumatized, you will see. At number 10, we're going to do a top 10 of his most traumatized or traumatizing moments that would have traumatized him the most. Number 10, being bullied by his grandma in an episode called Battleballs. Yeah, I remember this episode, and I don't remember what was happening, but his grandma came to visit, and I said I remember, and then I said I don't remember me. No, but his grandma came to visit him, and then started bullying the fuck out of him. And then when his parents came, his parents didn't believe that he was being bullied by his grandma. And let's not forget number 9, receiving treatment because he was seeing ghosts. In the death of Eric Cartman, in this episode, he was made to believe, or Eric made him believe that he was dead. So he believed he was seeing ghosts, and so his parents took him to therapy. And then they grounded him for seeing ghosts. By the way, he gets grounded in every episode. Shame. Being sold to Paris Hilton by his parents for money, of course. That's how selling works. But in this episode, it's called Stupid Spoiled Whore Video Playlist. South Park is unhinged. But yeah, no, he has the worst parents in history. Not fictional history, just history. All of history. All of history. All of real life and fiction, just all of history. His parents suck. His parents suck. I don't know how else to put it. Okay, so I don't think I've seen this episode, but being forced to fake his own demise in how do you say that? In Margarine. Oh, I have seen this episode. It was a long time ago. I don't remember. But in said episode, like I said, I don't remember. So, but yeah, being sent to a conversion therapy camp. Cartman sucks. You must remember, Gen Z. This was made in like the early 2000s. Well, it was made in 1997, but this episode was probably the early 2000s, a bit later. This episode's called Cartman Sucks. He wasn't made to believe. What did Cartman? It's always Cartman's fault. By the way, I'm starting to realize. Cartman had him, took a picture of him, with his penis in his mouth, okay? With his dick up in his mouth. I should really censor myself for TikTok. I'm not doing that. But in his mouth, okay? With his cucumber up in his mouth. And then his parents saw this. They grounded him, 1, and 2, they sent him to conversion camp. And then because conversion camp didn't quite work, they grounded him even more. Yes. The Emmy-winning episode, Casa Bonita. Being tricked into believing in the apocalypse. The most unhinged character in fictional history, yes, all of fictional history, is Cartman. Cartman doesn't give a fuck about anything. Doesn't give a shit about anything except himself. Anyway, in this episode, he wanted, I don't remember, he had a motive. He really did have a motive. I think he didn't want to invite Butters to his birthday party, so he told Butters that the apocalypse is coming and that his apocalypse would not be happening at Casa Bonita. They wanted to go to this place, Casa Bonita, and so they told Butters to go to this bunker and then to stay there, and so Cartman brought him back. When they got to Casa Bonita, it went down. It went down at Casa Bonita and they forgot about Butters. The episode ends, we see Butters in the bunker still waiting. I would need therapy if I was this kid. I guess needing therapy is the point of the video. But living with a tap dancing trauma, you got effed in the A. I remember this episode, but I don't remember what happens in this episode. Weird. But so much therapy. It's just so much. Getting a ninja star thrown in his eyes in the episode Good Times with Weapons. This is one of the earlier episodes. I don't quite remember again. Guys, I know we have internet, you can stream, I can watch every episode now, whatever, but I'm doing it, but I'm doing it very slowly. So I don't remember this episode. But again, I do believe it's inducive to trauma. And it's also very much, the therapist that's going to be working on this man, especially with the last one, the therapist will need a therapist with this last one, hey? Number one. And number one goes too. Also, before we do number one, honorary mention to the episode where, I think it's like episode season 20 or something, I don't remember, but Cartman joins Twitter or something, he joins social media, and then he gets comments. But most of Cartman's comments are hate comments. So what happens is he asks Butters to filter out all the hate comments so that he doesn't get to see them. And then at the end of the episode, what Butters like, he meets this entity of like depression and death, and so that's what I'm saying. So this is just an honorary mention, but it's not number one. Number one is coming. Number one. You're not ready for number one. And you haven't even seen the show, see it, hey? And the number one most traumatic moment for Leopold Butterstarch is Butters' very own episode where his mother left him to drown. Yeah. Yes, that's the list. That's not my list. This list is by Watch Mojo. The only thing that's me was the one where he had to filter out all the comments of Cartman. That's me. But this list isn't my list. But I agree with this list. I do agree with Watch Mojo's list. It makes sense. Honestly, it makes sense. I am here for it. No, but like I said, man's therapist is going to need a therapist. You are going to need a therapist after watching this incredibly long video. I should have just broken it down into parts. But I didn't do that. And if you are here by minute 7, thank you. If you're new when you're here by minute 7, why? You don't even know why. No, but thank you. Hit the subscribe button. This is not YouTube, not yet. This is this button here. You see it? The follow one. We don't have a subscribe here. We have a follow. Press it. And get more lists, more long ass lists like this one. I'll break lists down in the future.